And action. So we did not plan this, but we are wearing matching shirts and matching hats. I put mine on this morning by about 5 o'clock, so I think I beat you.
Yeah, I put mine on like 8 minutes ago.
You guys didn't go turkey hunting this morning?
No, my uncle took the youth hunter out there, and they sat the same blind that Charlotte and I did yesterday, and I didn't see anything on trail camera, so they left about 8, at least left there. I don't know. It was weird. It's been very hit or miss each day, whether there's a bunch of gobbles, where they're at. You've been on that farm. It's just, there's hundreds and hundreds of acres of timber between all the neighboring farms. It's probably 1,000 acres of connected timber, and they can go anywhere and roost, 100 different places. So it makes it really hard.
Yeah, my scenario's different but the same. The birds have been sporadic, and yesterday they weren't there. They were across the road, and I was calling one in, and the neighbor shot it, and Jace was mad. And then this morning, they all roosted right where we were at yesterday, and there was 3 jakes and 5 hens, and I think the neighbor shot the boss Tom, but
okay,
that's expected. So anyway, yeah, the birds are sporadically roosting wherever, not in the same exact spot. I think the later on in the season we go and that vegetation and the timber grows, I think they start to move on that edge, and my one farm will be a lot better than it is early. So
yeah. It's just always been weird. I killed my bird, I think Wednesday morning, but I had pictures of him going to roost the night before at like 8 o'clock. I knew he was going to be right there, but that's the funny thing is those birds didn't gobble one time on the roost. Not once.
really?
Not one time did I have a bird like, unless these birds, I don't think there's any way that it did, because I had heard birds on the neighbors to the north and to the south. Not a single gobble on my uncle's farm. And 8 o'clock, like right after 8, they walked right out of the fire trail right into the cornfield, and that's all she wrote.
They never gobbled one time on the ground either.
No, not until I shot. When I shot the one, dude, those freaking beast broadheads are so sharp. Dylan had the same issue yesterday. I shot through this bird. He didn't move. It zipped straight through him. It went in the breast, and it went out the top of the hip. Blood everywhere. There's blood draining down on the decoy, and he jumps up, and just the other bird gobbles. Then the one I shot attacks my Tom decoy, and he stood out there at like 18 yards. I'm like, well, if you're going to stand there, I'm going to shoot you. So I shot him again. Same thing, right as he was quartering away, right through the back. Maybe hit him a smidge low, but another 2-inch cut straight through him. And I ended up getting on him. He took off running and ended up getting on him and getting him. But Dylan had the same thing yesterday. He shot a bird full strut, right above the beard, right dead center, and it went in and out, broke the breastbone and all that stuff, and just stood there like it never happened. So I don't know what's going on with Greg.
Internet's down, so
that
works. But yeah, no, the broadheads are awesome. They're just, maybe they're too sharp. I had the problem.
There we go.
Last deer season, I used one broadhead on 3 deer, and it's still sharp. There's some dents but any other broadhead hitting the deer where I did, I would not reuse that broadhead. So
yeah, them beast broadheads are something else. And
built well.
Josh is always coming up with weird things. Like, I was talking to him about different turkey heads, and he's like, dude, I got like 5 more broadheads, like all designed to what we want to do. And that's one thing that we've been able to do is give him all of our input, which guys that have been shooting birds, like they've been dissecting the birds. And because and to my knowledge, I think we're the only ones that have ever killed turkeys that I know of with these broadheads. And he's taken all that and sending it right back to the guys that design them all and say, okay, this is what we got going on. This is what they're doing. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is neat. I'm not in the turkey bow hunting game anymore. I don't have time. And as you know, I'm not that passionate of turkey hunting. I'm trying to get Jason one. I was thinking about this. I've got, I helped you. We got Sophie, her first bird, Terry, my buddy, his first bird, Big Jace, his first bird. I was trying to think who else in the last few years that I've taken out to get their first bird. And that's almost, seeing that joy in those people's eyes is almost better than shooting one yourself. Like,
I'm sure you took Jen out.
yeah, and got her first bird. Trying to think who else, but it's just, after you and I shoot a turkey, we've shot so many, like,
Right.
I don't know.
I'm at this point where I enjoy all the other stuff besides the kill, like the film, and like I've been getting a lot of kickback on like, man, the blinds and the decoys and all. I'm like, dude, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy the setup and like gluing different feathers on my decoy and using a real fan. Like, I enjoy all that setup more than actually shooting the bird.
Yeah, I enjoy the turkeys gobbling on roost more than I do shooting the bird. Like, it's just watching the woods come to life. That's one of the coolest parts, and it's something that non-hunters don't really understand, and until you get yourself out there in that situation, and there's different dynamics, like down in southern Iowa when we're on a level B mud road, back in the sticks in the holler, and there's 20, 30 gobbles going off all around us. Like that in itself is cool. Like,
right.
I remember the one time, up in Northeast Iowa when I was going to college up there, I was in this little holler, and all around me, I mean, there's probably 15 birds, and we never shot one, but it was one of the most surreal, like, experiences, just hearing that, like the hair on the back of your neck standing up, and it's something I'll never forget. So it's,
yeah. And I think most turkey hunters have that one. Mine's like, this has been like 15 years ago, before the neighbor bought all the stuff around my uncle's. The turkey population was crazy 15, 20 years ago down there. And you could get down to the bottom. We call it the listening tree. I mean, you know where it's at, the tree that fell down right by the clover plot. It's the highest point on the farm. And for years, my uncle would be like, you just go there, you listen, and then you go after a bird. And I am not exaggerating at all when I say I heard 1,000 gobbles that morning, just from, it's a giant draw that's over a mile long, and it just started at one end and it was just like a wave. And then it would go back and forth, and it happened for like an hour of constant gobble. I mean, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 different toms just gobbling their heads off over this mile section. And it's still like one of the craziest things I've ever experienced.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to envision that and kind of step back, and like, I remember that hunt, like, to a T. There's also been hunts that, the people out west that are listening in here, you get, those turkey populations that are stacked on top of each other, and you've got video of this, 50 birds gobbling at one time.
Yeah.
And that's different than what we're talking about here. And this is, opposed to one little area, and then like at your uncle's, all over, like everywhere.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't know what to do.
Yep. They're all spread out everywhere. They're not condensed into one little hub. They're literally over an entire valley.
Yeah.
So,
yep. It's the turkey population's definitely, I think, one of the last DNR press releases, it was on a decline. So hopefully we can turn that around. And I've noticed the last couple of years that there's definitely not near as many turkeys as there was. So hopefully we can get that figured out. But it's what is it? Is it third season now? Second season? I got a fourth season landowner tag, and then I got Jace's youth tag. So I'm taking him out till he shoots one. If hopefully he shoots one. So
right. Yeah, it's still second season. I forget when third opens up here, middle of the week, I think, maybe Wednesday. Not 100% for sure, but yeah, it's moving right along. I mean, the thing that surprised me the most, the people finding mushrooms.
Oh yeah,
like, it seems ungodly early.
Yeah, I was checking out one of our parks yesterday. They closed the gate, and then some guy was out looking for mushrooms. And he goes, "Chuck from the bar is finding some grays, so I want to come out to my hot spot." And
oh yeah, I mean, I got buddies posting grays in southern Iowa, northern Missouri. Like, I mean, hundreds of them.
yeah, if you get that right south slope with a little bit of moisture, definitely. I mean, we had 86 degrees yesterday. Today's supposed to be the same. So the temp's definitely there in the soil. The lack of rain, I guess.
Yeah, we got a decent amount, and and we're supposed to get a couple chances this week, I think.
Still pretty dry out there. Even the river's still fairly low. Like it came up and dropped super quick. So
yeah, we're gonna have to have something drastic for that river to go back up. Hopefully, we can get on the river and fish a little bit more. That's one regret I have last summer, is just not being able to do that as much.
Big River looked okay, and if that's the case, we'll probably just leave my boat where we usually do and hit that. Who knows? Maybe we'll venture out, go somewhere else, maybe the Mississippi or somewhere else. I don't know. We'll see.
I almost got my bait tank going the other day. Everyone was catching crappies, and I'm like, you know what? I should get the bait tank all going and get that treated and go get a bunch of minnows and see if I can't crappie fish.
Yeah, actually, that's what we're doing here. Once Nick, one of the team members, Comus, going to go fish his pond today. I think Jason and I are going. I'm not sure if Jen's going to go with us, but so yeah, we're going to enjoy a little dock time and try to catch some crappies, bass, catfish, whatever we'll bite. But this morning, one thing I wanted to touch on, if you guys have clover plots, make sure you're getting them sprayed. With this temp we've had, it's shot the vegetation up pretty good the last week. And with that being said, if you're trying to mitigate your broadleafs or your grasses, you want to do that before they get above that 6 to 8 inches tall. So I did that yesterday at my in-laws, my clover plot, after we turkey hunted, and then today I went and did my own at my piece and took Jace. So what I do is I spray the Buterac first, or if you have more grasses, I would try to hit the grasses first and get back in a couple of days and do the other. So Buterac for broadleafs. I think it's called like Buterac 200, and then I'm drawing a blank. Volunteer.
The clethodim.
Yeah, clethodim. So Volunteer is the trade name, but
yep. I think I'm out.
It's expensive. I mean, it's
so expensive.
It'll get you through a couple of years for sure, depending on how many plots you have. But
yeah, most of mine are tiny. But I noticed on my trail cameras that the clover plot on my farm is like lush. It's by far the best clover plot I've ever had, and I actually bought some more seed yesterday to do my crossover, because I put a bunch of what kind of grass did you give me like
rye.
2 years ago? That giant bag.
Rye
or wheat or some sort of grass, and we put it out, and it's taken a little bit, but we've also gotten rain, and with it being brand new dirt, a lot of it washed away. So I got to go down to the farm tomorrow. I bought a bunch of barbed wire to fix a part of my fence for the neighbor, and I'd love to have somebody else go with me because it's going to be a huge pain to do it, but I got to get it done sooner rather than later. So I'm going to get up early, go do that. Like I said, I'm tagged out till 4th season unless I go to Missouri or something like that. But I need to get that farm stuff done. So
yeah, it's fun having your own farm, but there's a lot of things you got to do and things you want to get done before deer season, which kind of goes back burn season. It's a big time. It's kind of getting on the later part just because everything's greening up so fast, but there's still a lot of guys burning out there. I burned last night, helped my friend down the road. He had some brome that he mowed around and he wanted to burn it. So it's probably like 3 acres, and he's gonna end up turning that into a food plot. And I'm trying to talk him into, what to do, when to do it, and how to do it type of thing. And hopefully I can get him a blind back there. You can get that set up. And in Iowa, you have to be 200 yards away from your neighbors. So he has some neighbors that are, I wouldn't say anti-hunting, they just don't like it. So he's got to put his blind 200 yards away from their residence. So we kind of walked through that and kind of showed him what I would do as far as food plot goes. And it's kind of fun helping out other people. I mean, we've been doing food plots for a long time, and some of these other people, they just really don't know what they're doing. So it's nice to aid those people. Other than that, clover prep, are you going to cut some more trees and try to make that plot bigger where you got that crossing?
Yeah, I mean, I know at one point you had talked about getting a walk behind like brush hog or something, to rent one for your piece or Jeff's or something like that. And I'm like, well, if he does that, I might grab it for a day and it would just make it so much easier. But I can go in there with the chainsaw and cut. I want to get it big enough for a tractor, but at the same time, like if I do it, it'll probably be summer, fall sort of thing. Like I need to, this fence is top priority right now. And I talked to our buddy about getting the CRP all planted. I sent him my seed, what I need for seed and all that stuff, and he's going to get a hold of it. And hopefully, um, here in the next couple weeks when he gets down there to hunt, he's going to go over there one day and
Yeah,
seed it
Nate's
all.
busy right now. He's burning. He's been sending me Snapchats about every night. So once he's done with that, he'll jump right into seeding. And he's got kind of a. I've talked to him because I ran a drill out here in the county, but he's got a Truax Flex 2, I believe, just like I got. He's got multiple. I think he's got like 5 or 6. But he put
Right.
high bearings, so he's driving these things down the interstate.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's kind of neat. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. There's no better guy to help you get your CRP in. So the kid's banging on the door. But other
Yeah.
than that, yeah, fishing. He'll probably maybe try to get the boat out and go to Saylorville and hit our little hotspot rock pile.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a boat on the other side of their fishing for crappies or white bass or something last week when I was taking the girls to gymnastics. So there's definitely people out fishing. I feel like I'm gonna have a lull here with the turkey hunting stuff until I can get the girls on one, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're same with Jace. We're gonna try to get him a turkey. Hopefully, we still have a couple of weeks left. What, 3, 4?
Yeah,
So
well, and I mean, if you got a bird close to your place, like you might be able to sneak out after you get him from school and whatnot. And
yeah, and I've had one there with a hen where we sprayed today. I'm hoping that he kind of shows back up and we can sneak into the blind. But I only got one pop-up blind and I got two hawks, so hopefully
yeah,
he goes up and I got cameras out and we'll see. He's
yeah,
not shooting at Jake, or if one of our friends has some birds he wants to chase, we'll see.
yeah. That's kind of how it is. Just take advantage of it and get out when you can. And Josh had said he's got a farm down by Creston. He's like, dude, I haven't hunted it. I'm not going to hunt it for a couple weeks. If you want to buzz down there with the girls, it hasn't been deer or it hasn't been turkey hunted in like 3 or 4 years. He's like, there's tons of birds. They can shoot whatever they want, but it's like a 2 hour drive.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do it in the afternoon, I'd have to get them both out of school early, and it's impossible because at least one of them has something every night. So
Yeah, I mean, Jace starting T-ball, but nothing like you guys have cheer and
we just did the last cheer competition yesterday. So now it's gymnastics. Sophie has track practice today for the first time. So they're so busy, but that's a good thing.
yeah, we've only gone twice turkey hunting, so hopefully, yep, just twice.
Yep. We've went 3 times. I took Sophie twice, a morning and an afternoon, and then Charlotte a morning. I might try to get her out this weekend an afternoon, maybe
Jace, you're really loud.
see what she's got going on and see if I can't map out and maybe get to Josh's, you know.
There,
Just drive down there once. I mean, he went down there yesterday and put out cameras, so it might be one of those things that could be a done deal. Just get down there and
yeah,
throw up a blind and kill one.
new farms are nice. I have a lot of farms to turkey hunt. Just none are conducive to 6-year-olds walking in the timber through a creek.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's just doesn't work out. So can you wait 5 minutes? God, it's fun to
Yeah.
have. One's a little
Yeah,
snug.
I was going to go down and do all the farm stuff today, but then I was like, God, I just lifting that barbed wire and all that. I'm like, man, this is just gonna be horrible. And I was tired and stuff. So I think I'm gonna knock out all the honey-do list stuff around the house. I need to mow the yard for the first time and get
Yeah,
all that stuff taken care of.
we're watering the grass right now because the maple trees are sucking it dry. So
No, yeah.
yeah, we'll have to mow too. It's been looking at mowers actually on mobility in Des Moines. I think it's
Oh, okay.
too far from you, but buying a mower to mow my food plots. Just so if I have clover, I can actively mow it. So
Yeah, and like with mine, I have that Swisher, but I need to replace the belt on it and get all that going, and then I can just drive my 4-wheeler down there, load it up, and go mow plots. So it'll be nice. I just need to get after it. And one more
yep,
thing for the list.
Yep, spring is going to be sprung here, and it's going to be summer, and it's we'll hopefully be on the river here before we know it. And
I got your mineral pond here for you too, or the plug to put that out.
yeah, you get those today.
No, I mean I gave you your pond,
Yeah,
but remember the adapter.
Oh,
I have everything for the drain, so we just need to go and dig a hole and put them in. And for the earth pond ones, then we need to order our earth ponds and let them know when we want them, so they'll deliver them.
Those in as soon as possible. I'm excited for those. So
yeah, yep, for sure. So we'll have to get together, and hopefully one of these weeks we can do an in-person podcast and have some people on. So
yeah, maybe this week. You can see. I know I got buddy Jordan that wants to jump on. I think a couple other guys that maybe we can get in here, but yeah, it'd be nice to have a full garage for once.
Yeah, yep, get a long podcast and knock it all out. But
yeah, we can make sure we coordinate and we wear the same shirts again.
Yeah, same hats, same everything. So we'll get our white golf hats ready for Saturday. So
that's right. Yeah, we're playing in golf tournament on Saturday and playing with Aaron and Dylan.
Yep.
So that should be fun.
Team Outdoor X.
You need to go practice.
It's overrated.
That's what I say.
I should go to Woodland Hills or something and hit 9 but
go hit some range balls. That's what we're gonna do this week. One night, Aaron and I and Jace.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Dylan's supposed to have a driver for me, so maybe I can get a hold of him and I'll buzz over to Grinnell or something one night and
nice.
Maybe he wants to play a night and figure it out. So yeah, he's tagged out too. He's got a turkey tag. He shot one yesterday. So.
Daddy, look! I caught a big fish.
Jason's ready to go fishing.
Yep.
Gonna ruin that pole. All right. Well, we'll get out of here. Thanks for listening, tuning in.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
All right. Perfect. Later.
All right.